Dear brothers, sisters, and respected elders, wishing you a day full of health, peace of mind, delicious meals, restful sleep, and a body that feels light and refreshed every day. You've probably heard the saying, if you want a healthy liver, eat bitter melon, right? But few people know that aside from bitter melon, there's also a humble porridge, easy to cook, easy to eat, that silently helps the liver recover, improves sleep, and cools the body from within, all without needing expensive medication or supplements. In today's video, I'd like to share with you 2 dishes that are not only nourishing, but also highly effective, especially for older adults, those with liver heat, trouble sleeping, or those wanting to care for their liver at its root, without fuss, without cost. The first dish is stuffed bitter melon soup. It helps detox the liver, reduce inflammation, and gently lower liver enzyme levels. The second dish is green bean porridge, cooked with dried lotus leaves. It helps cleanse the system, cool the liver, and noticeably improve sleep quality when consumed regularly. Please watch the full video to learn the exact cooking steps, proper dosage, and important notes to ensure the dish is both effective and safe for your body condition. If you find the content on the Live Well Everyday channel helpful and relevant to your health concerns, I truly hope you'll hit the subscribe button so that each day we can continue sharing small but powerful wellness tips together. And as always, after watching, please leave a comment to let me know your thoughts. Type 1 if you found today's content easy to understand, practical, and want to try it right away. Type 0 if you're still unsure. I'll respond further in the comments below. Transition. Signs your liver is calling for help. If this is you, please watch carefully. Dear friends, before we dive into the specific dishes, I invite you to take a few minutes to check if your body has been sending signals that your liver might be tired. The liver is a quiet organ that works hard every day. It doesn't scream when something's wrong. But if you pay close attention, you'll start to notice small changes happening gradually. And if caught early, you can completely adjust your condition through gentle, healthy eating. No need to rush to medication. Here are 7 early signs that your liver is overloaded and in need of some cooling, easy-to-digest foods. Loss of appetite, even though meals are just as complete as before. Feeling bloated or heavy after eating. Dull skin tone, dryness, or unexplained rashes. Insomnia, especially that waking up between 1-3 a.m. Mild mouth odor despite good hygiene, white or dry tongue. Dark urine or urinating less even when drinking enough water. Stools that are soft or unformed or with an unusual foul smell. If you recognize 2 or more of these signs, now is the time to reevaluate your daily meals. The liver doesn't demand anything complicated, just simple, easily digestible dishes with natural cooling properties, and it will have the chance to rest and recover. The liver isn't just a detox organ, it also plays critical roles in bile production, regulating blood lipids, aiding digestion, and balancing hormones. As we age, the liver's ability to regenerate slows down, while pressure from medications, processed food, and prolonged stress only increases. Instead of turning to liver tonics right away, you can naturally support your liver through a better way, by eating properly at the right time and choosing the right foods. And today, I want to share with you 2 humble dishes that are incredibly beneficial for the liver, especially for older adults who often deal with liver heat, indigestion, or light sleep. The first dish, stuffed bitter melon soup, may sound familiar, but it's one of the best ways to cool the liver from within, thanks to the perfect combination of cooling vegetables and gentle protein. Dear friends, if you ask me which dish cools the liver, is easy to cook and eat, and especially suitable for older adults, I would immediately recommend stuffed bitter melon soup. This dish is not only a familiar part of many Vietnamese meals, but is also highly valued in both Eastern medicine and modern science for its ability to support liver function, aid digestion, and gently reduce body heat. According to traditional medicine, bitter melon has a bitter taste and cooling nature. It enters the liver and spleen meridians, helping to clear heat, detoxify, cool the liver, promote urination, dissolve phlegm, and ease mild fevers, especially for the elderly, who often experience internal heat, fatigue, difficulty sleeping, or skin dryness and rashes. Eating bitter melon properly can relax the liver, release excess heat, and improve detox functions. According to modern scientific research, bitter melon contains momorticin and charantin, two compounds with anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. They help slow liver cell damage, support blood sugar stability, and reduce minor blood fat disorders. When combined with lean pork, a type of easily digestible, low-fat protein, this soup becomes both nutritious and gentle on the digestive system and liver. To cook this dish, we only need a few very simple ingredients: 3 to 4 medium-sized bitter melons, not overly ripe, 200 grams of lean pork shoulder, finely ground, fat-free, 1 to 2 dried wood ear mushrooms, soaked until soft, then finely chopped, shallots, ground pepper, and pure fish sauce. First, I wash the bitter melon thoroughly, then cut it into pieces about 5 to 6 centimeters long, and use a small spoon or finger to scoop out all the seeds inside. If you're sensitive to bitterness, you can blanch the melon in boiling water for about 1 minute and then drain it. This step will help mellow the taste, making the dish easier to eat for those not used to bitterness. For the meat filling, I mix lean ground pork with chopped wood ear mushrooms, finely minced shallots, a bit of ground pepper, and about half a small spoon of fish sauce to give it a rich, savory flavor. Mix the ingredients well, then stuff the mixture into each piece of bitter melon, pressing gently so the filling sticks firmly and doesn't fall apart during cooking. Next, I bring about 1 liter of water to a boil in a pot. You can add a slice of crushed ginger to enhance the aroma and reduce the bitter melon's cooling nature. Once the water is boiling, gently place each stuffed bitter melon piece into the pot. Lower the heat to medium and simmer for about 20 minutes until the meat is tender and the melon absorbs the flavors. When the broth turns clear and the meat firms up, season with a bit of salt or fish sauce to taste. Finally, sprinkle in chopped scallions and cilantro for added fragrance. This dish is best served hot with plain white rice, very light on the stomach and easy to digest. It's especially good for lunch or early dinner, allowing the liver to relax after a long day. You only need to eat this dish about once or twice a week to help your liver detox, brighten your skin, and improve sleep quality, without any need for medication. However, if you have a cold constitution, feel easily tired, have low blood pressure, or are experiencing a cold, you should eat only a small amount. And it's best to add a few slices of ginger during cooking to balance out the melon's cooling properties. If you're undergoing treatment for chronic illness with medication, it's important to consult your doctor before using it regularly. You see, just one simple dish can already support the liver little by little. What matters most is consistency and using it at the right time in the right amount. And now, I invite you to explore the second dish, a porridge that's not only tasty and cooling, but also gently calms the mind for those struggling with insomnia. Dear friends, after the bitter melon stuffed with meat, which helps clear heat and detox the liver, I'd like to share another simple dish that supports liver function, calms the nervous system, and is especially helpful for those who suffer from insomnia, internal heat, or persistent fatigue. That dish is green bean porridge with dried lotus leaves. Humble, effective, easy to digest, and gently sleep-promoting. According to traditional medicine, dried lotus leaves have a cooling nature, slightly astringent taste, and enter the heart, liver, and spleen meridians. They help clear heat, calm the mind, gently lower blood pressure, and balance the body's energy. As for green beans, which we're all familiar with, they're like a natural mineral treasure, rich in antioxidants, supporting liver detox, cooling the body, promoting urination, and helping cleanse the intestines. When you combine these two ingredients, you get a porridge that can be eaten in place of dinner or as a light meal. It's easy to digest, nourishing to the liver, and won't cause bloating or sleep disruption. To cook this porridge, you only need a few extremely simple ingredients. 1 1/2 cup of white rice. Choose fragrant, good quality rice for soft, aromatic porridge. 3 tablespoons of split mung beans, peeled. A handful of dried lotus leaves, about 3 to 5 grams, available at herbal medicine shops. 1.2 to 1.5 liters of clean water. A bit of rock sugar if you prefer it sweet, or a pinch of salt for a savory touch. How to cook. First, wash the rice and mung beans. Soak them for about 30 minutes to soften. Meanwhile, put the dried lotus leaves in a pot of water. Bring to a gentle boil for about 5 minutes to release their essence. Then strain out the leaves, keeping only the liquid, and filter it well to remove fine debris if needed. This is your base broth for the porridge. Add the soaked rice and beans into the lotus water. Simmer over low heat for about 30 to 40 minutes, stirring occasionally to prevent sticking. Once the porridge is soft and the beans have dissolved slightly, you can add a bit of rock sugar for a light sweetness, or salt for a more subtle taste. The finished porridge has a delicate aroma from the lotus leaves, a creamy richness from the mung beans, and is pleasantly cool, neither too sweet nor too salty. It's best served in the afternoon or early evening, around 5 to 6 p.m. After a bowl of this porridge, you'll feel lighter, sleep easier, and avoid the heavy, sluggish feeling that sometimes comes after eating rice or meat at night. You can eat this dish 1 to 2 times per week, especially on days when you feel tired, lose your appetite, or have restless sleep. This porridge not only gently nourishes the liver, but is also very suitable for elderly individuals, those who need light but still nutritious meals. However, for those with cold body types, very low blood pressure, or currently suffering from a cold, it's best to eat the porridge warm and avoid adding too much sugar. If you're taking blood thinners or heart medication, consult your doctor first before using it regularly. With just a few simple, accessible ingredients and a few minutes each week, you now have a dish that's not only delicious, but also supports your liver, calms the mind, and improves sleep quality. And when combined with the habit of drinking warm water in the morning and gentle daily movement, your liver will stay light and healthy. No need to worry about medication. Dear friends, although both of today's dishes are gentle and very suitable for the elderly, if used incorrectly or at the wrong time, the benefits may not be as expected. So I'd like to share a few small notes to help you adjust and get the best results. First is the stuffed bitter melon soup, cooling and excellent for the liver. But for those with low blood pressure, weak digestion, sensitive stomachs, or current cold symptoms, it should be eaten in moderation, a maximum of twice a week, ideally during lunch or early dinner. Avoid eating it late at night as its cooling nature may cause indigestion in those with a weaker digestive system. When cooking, you can add a slice of ginger or a bit of pepper to balance its coolness. And it's important to choose fresh, not overly mature, bitter melons so the dish doesn't turn out too bitter or tough. As for the green bean porridge with lotus leaves, this dish is especially beneficial for those with insomnia, liver heat, skin rashes, or long-term fatigue. But for those with a cold constitution, icy hands and feet, or who tend to have low blood pressure, it's best to consume just once a week and eat it while it's still warm. If you're on blood thinners or anti-hypertensive medication, it's best to consult a doctor before regular use. Also, please note, do not use fresh lotus leaves to cook porridge, because fresh leaves still contain live resin and undecomposed compounds, which may cause mild digestive issues. Only use dried lotus leaves from reputable herbal shops that have been properly cleaned and dried. And most importantly, whether it's soup or porridge, eat at the right time, in the right way, and in the right amount. That's the real natural medicine that works. You don't need to eat too much, just regularly and properly. The liver will be supported little by little, gently but sustainably. If today's content was easy to understand, simple to apply, and fits well with your family meals, please leave a comment to let me know. Type 1. If you liked today's dishes, found them practical, and want to try cooking them. Type 0 if you have questions or would like more recipes for light, gentle meals. And if you haven't subscribed to the Live Well Everyday channel yet, I invite you to click subscribe so we can continue sharing more recipes that nourish the liver, support the kidneys, and promote healthy circulation. All practical tips you can apply right in your own kitchen. Wishing you and your family good health, tasty meals, restful sleep, and the wisdom to make the right health choices every day. See you in the next video.